welcome back to Dr. Noah's YouTube update, and kind of interesting couple news stories over the internet on Wednesday today. Here's a great thing about which I've been discussing quite a bit: sinus infections. We're here in a part of Northern California where allergies are just terrible this year. People that have never had allergies, people that are on medication, and and it's treated very easily naturally, but people suffer. Well, one of the particular type of allopathic or drug approach is using steroids. Well, we know that antibiotics don't work. There's a Mayo study, there's four other studies showing that sinus infections are either a viral infection or a fungal infection. So antibiotics, even if they were the strongest in the world, weren't resistant, would never ever work. But that's the protocol. It's still done every day. I see it almost about every 2 weeks or so. Some patient will come in and say, "Oh, I'm having terrible things. Can you help me? What have you been doing?" "Oh, my doctor's been giving me antibiotics, and now he's put me on stronger ones, and that causes all kinds of other problems with your digestive system." As we'll talk about Alzheimer's here in a couple minutes, it causes problems in terms of developing more resistance to antibiotics. So if you didn't need to take antibiotics because that's all you had, they won't work. But the drug doctors, unfortunately, I don't know why I'm able to read them. They're in their drug journals. A little place called Mayo Clinic, they've done 2 studies showing that antibiotics don't work, but they insist. Well, one of the other favorite things is steroids. I see that all the time, whether or not it's a back problem, knee problem. Of course, we're just horrified if a baseball player uses steroids or an Olympic athlete uses steroids, but it's okay for the drug doctors to give you steroids, and as we'll talk about here, as well as in back pain, they've been shown to absolutely, positively don't work. But don't confuse me with the facts. They make $800. You become, once again, there's a little bit of relief, but then when the drugs wear off, like any drug addict like that, things are 10 times worse. So in this study here in Annals of Family Medicine, May 2000, steroids cut sinus infections don't work. And so this University of Oxford, that's over in England, looked at the science and found out that doesn't work. But what was also interesting, at least they had the decency to say, yeah, this is just another medical procedure that's used all the time that doesn't work, just like antibiotics. So at least these doctors who know a little bit about science, and at least they can consider themselves scientists, since most drug doctors are not scientific. I don't use the word voodoo doctors, because actually voodoo doctors used herbs and stuff in the past, and so they actually had some benefit. So they're less than voodoo doctors. I don't even know what they are. So they're probably below politicians, which have the lowest rating of any profession in the world. So this, once again, and as it said, costs $60 to $100 for this. And one of the doctors that did this study says, "Yeah, I'll never have this done again." After I did the science on it, so it's kind of funny. This was another one. This was in Journal of Physiology, May 2012. "Sugar makes you stupid," and that's actually was the quote from one of the doctors here. Using these high fructose corn syrup. This is once again like sugar on steroids. To make a kind of little funny talk to compare it like that. This is the kind of sugar that's devastating, destructive, bad for you. But it's in everything. Everything that's junk food has this thing. And they did a study, now it happened to be with mice, but mice are kind of convenient for these kind of studies. One is they can do it over and over again, and they can, once again, kill the mice and then look at their brain. I don't think most human beings would want to be in that trial like that. So they were able to show that, sure enough, this stuff really screws up your brain and basically has a negative type of factor. In the same publication, they showed that omega-3 fatty acids, which are called DHA, have a very positive effects. And so bad is sugar, good type of fats, what we talked about like fish oil, flaxseed oil, hemp oil, are all very good for your brain and keeping you kind of healthy. So those are a couple little things that might actually save your life. So hope you like those.